Hello, everyone. Today we're going to continue our series about the question and answer regarding Canadian citizenship test. And we're going to focus today on chapter 2, who we are. Who we are. Okay, and the first question will be, the founding people of Canada are, so we know that people coming from, the people forming Canada are coming from A, Aboriginal, B, French, C, British, D, all of these. For sure, we know that they are coming from two European countries, France and England, and for plus the Aboriginal people. So the right answer would be D, all of these. Okay. Second question would be, Canada's institution uphold a commitment in the British North America Act 1867 about peace, order, and this is actually a key phrase in the Canadian Constitution. And you have to remember the beginning of this phrase. And we said peace, order, and option A will be good government. Option B will be armed forces power. Option C will be good agriculture. Option D will be wide population. So the right answer for sure will be good government. And this is actually a key phrase in Canada's original constitution. Third question will be, which of the following is often referred to as the Great Dominion? And you have some option, Canada, Australia, South Korea, or Germany. And even if you don't know, we don't care about, in our test, we don't care about Germany or Australia or South Korea. So the most, like 90% or more than 90%, the right answer would be option A, Canada. And actually that's right, because actually poets and songwriters have called Canada as a Great Dominion. Okay. Next question will be, Canada is being considered around the world as dependent, strong and free, aggressive, captive. This is a very general question and should be, you know, it by sense. So like from this option, I think the best option will be option B, which is strong and free, strong and free. Okay. Next question will be, it is the only constitutional monarchy in North America. This is the only constitutional monarchy in North America. In North America, we have 3 different countries, Canada, USA, and Mexico. And we know that Canada is the only country which is connected to England and have to have people there have loyalty to the English king or queen. That's why we call it as constitutional monarchy. So the right answer will be option A, which is Canada. It is not USA, it is not Mexico, it is not Germany for sure. Okay. Next question will be, there's another way to ask about the constitutional monarchy. So the question is saying the Canadian system of government is based on, so the Canadian government is based on population rule, constitutional monarchy, or dictatorship, or option D, Republican democracy. So actually we know that Canada is a constitutional monarchy. So the question can come in 2 different ways, and we show both of them. Okay. Next question would be, territorial rights were first granted through the Royal Proclamation of 1763 by, so which king or queen gave the first one who gave the territorial rights? And this information you must know, or you can just guess, because if you don't know, we can't do anything. So we have option A, King George II, St. Patrick. Option B, option C is King George III, and option D will be Acadians. And the right answer will be option C, which is King George III. King George III. Okay. Question 8. Most of Métis people live in Prairie provinces, Northern Territory, Ontario, or Quebec. So we know that the Métis people are just ancestors of the Aboriginal and European people, and we mentioned in the book and also in the summary videos that most of them are living in the Prairie provinces. Prairie provinces. So the option A would be the right answer. So Métis are a distinct people of mixed Aboriginal and European ancestry, and the majority of whom live in the Prairie provinces. Prairie provinces. Okay. Question 9. Canadian citizens who are neither Inuit nor Métis are known as, so actually we know the Aboriginal are categorized into 3 different categories. And the first one is Inuit, second one is Métis, and third one is option A, First Nation, option B, Second Nation, option C, Quebecers, or option D, Ontarians. So we know that the right answer should be option A, which is the First Nation. First Nation, okay? And they have another name which is called Indians. So First Nations or Indians, okay? Next question will be, what is the meaning of the word Inuit? So what is the meaning of the word Inuit? Option A, the people, B, the farmers, C, the invaders, D, the animals. And we know that the right answer, if you follow up the summary videos and also read the book, the right answer would be option A, the people. Okay. Next question will be, thousands of years ago, where did the ancestors of Aboriginal people migrated from? So what is actually the origin of the Aboriginal people? Coming from where? From Africa, from Asia, from Korea, or India? And in the book, they mentioned that most of the ancestors of the Aboriginal people are coming from Asia. So the right answer would be option B, Asia. Okay. Next question would be, Inuit people live across that. So we know that Métis are living in the Prairie province, but Inuit, they are a scattered community living where? They are living in the areas where the temperature is very low, and actually they can afford living in a very low temperature. So which should be the right answer? Option A is Arctic, B is Prairie, C is South, D is west. So the right answer for sure will be the Arctic, besides the Arctic Ocean, and where the temperature is very low, but they can live actually in scattered small groups around the Arctic. Okay, so the Inuit live in small scattered communities across the Arctic. Okay. Next question will be, in which year did Ottawa formally apologize for its treatment of Aboriginal students? So we know that Ottawa opened something called residential schools, where they used to abuse Aboriginal students, but they formally apologized in which year? 1978, 2008, 1987, or 1958? We know that the right answer is B, 2008. And if you see the summary videos and you read the book, you should memorize. You don't memorize, but you will remember the year without even memorizing, right? Next question would be, how many groups of people make up the Aboriginals? So how many categories of Aboriginal? There are 2 categories, 3, 4, 5. We know all we just said before, there are 3 categories. So the option B will be the right answer. There are Inuit, Aboriginal, Indians or First Nation, and Métis. Okay. So First Nation, Métis, and Inuit. Okay. Next question would be, which is considered as Canada's greatest strength? What is the greatest strength of Canada? Option A would be freedom. Option B, English and the French language. C, diversity. D, scientific invention. So this is also a very general question and should you bring it by sense. So we know that freedom, English, and French language, they are available in different countries, but the most common or the most strength of Canada will be the diversity of people coming from everywhere as migrants from around the world, and they form a very diverse community, right? Next question will be, today, how many Anglophones are present in Canada? 18 million, 20 millions, 23 million, 24 millions. All Canada are around 34 millions. 18 million of them are speaking Anglophones. So the majority should be like Anglophones. This is also a number you have to remember. Just if you see it, if you run these questions twice or 3 times, you will remember these numbers for sure. Next question would be, what percentage of Aboriginal people are in it? 40%, 4%, 8%, 45%, or 50%. We know that the Inuit is the least percent, which is 4%. We have the Inuit 4%, First Nation are the majority, 65%, and Métis is 30%. Okay. Today, Acadians' culture is a lively part of English-speaking Canada, French-speaking Canada, German-speaking Canada, Arabic-speaking Canada. For sure, we don't have German-speaking Canada. We don't have Arabic-speaking Canada. So the right answer should be A or B. And we know the Acadians are just the ancestors of the French colony. So the right answer should be B, French-speaking Canada. Okay. Next question will be, majority of French-speaking Canadians belong to New Brunswick, Quebec, Yukon, Ontario. So majority of French-speaking Canadians belong to, for sure, also we mentioned several times that the majority of French are living in Quebec province, option B. Okay. Next question would be, who are the descendants of the French colonists who began settling in maritime provinces in 1604? I know you may don't know this information, like settling in maritime or the date of 64, but all of us know that who are the descendants of the French colonists. Are they Britons, Acadians, Germans, Vikings? So for sure they are option B, which is Acadians, because we know that the Acadians are just descendants of the French colonists. We don't have to know the rest of the sentence. If the single part of the sentence is correct, we can just make sure that this is the right answer. Okay. This is also another technique to follow up in the exam. Okay. Next question will be: the only bilingual province present in Canada is Quebec, New Brunswick, Prairie Province, Montreal. Also, this is another type of questions which you have to know before answering. So the right answer for sure will be New Brunswick. So this is the only province which is officially bilingual. Okay. Next question will be: Anglophones are the people who speak French as a first language, English as a first language, German as the first language, Meshif as their first language. For sure, they are not German. They are not Meshif because they are not Aboriginal people. So the Anglophones should be the English, which will be option B. This is the right answer. And the Francophones will be the French speakers. Okay, next question will be: during the war between Britain and France, more than two-thirds of the Acadians were deported from their homeland. This period is known as, or this movement is known as, Great Upheaval, Great Fallback, Great Deportation, or Great Movement. So the right answer for sure, we know this from the book and also from the summary, Great Upheaval, Great Upheaval, okay? Next question will be: when did the House of Commons recognize that the Quebecers can form a nation within a united Canada? So actually, Quebec has made a surveys between their the people in Quebec to be excluded from Canada and to be a separate country. And these two surveys has been refused and in a certain year, the government or the parliament decided that they can't make any more surveys and they can't be a separate country, as they must be united as a single nation in Canada. And this happened actually in 2006. Okay. Next question will be: today, approximately how many people speak French as their first language? 5 million, 7 million, 8 million, 10 million. So the right answer will be 7 million with option B. This is also a known number, which is mentioned in the book and the summary. So it is not a common question in the exam, but we actually showing here just in case. So if you see the video twice or 3 times, you will remember this number. So if you saw the question in the exam, you will remember the 7 million. Okay. Next question will be: Francophones are the people who speak French as their first language, English as their first language, German, or Meshif. Again, we can exclude German. We can exclude Meshif. And the question will be, or the option will be French or English. We said the English is called Anglophones, so the French will be the Francophones. So the Francophones are the people who speak the French as the first language, and Anglophones is the people who speak English as a first language. Okay. Next question will be: Canada is also known as land of immigrants, house of culture, cloud of diversity. None of these. I know this can be a little bit confusing. You can have option A and option C, which seems to be can be right answer, but the right answer here will be land of immigrants. Land of immigrants, because actually most of the people who live in Canada are from different countries around the world. Okay. The next question will be: from the non-official language, which is the second most spoken language at home after English? Chinese, Japanese, Hindi, or Arabic? Yeah, we know that the second non-official language will be Chinese, which is because we have a lot of Chinese people came to Canada in the recent like 30 or 40 years. That is why actually Chinese is a very common language at homes. Okay. Next question will be: does every person in Canada have the freedom to assimilate his life according to their religion? Like everyone can participate their religion practice without any problems. Is it true or false? For sure, we have the religion freedom in Canada. So the right answer will be A, which is yes, for sure. The next question will be: since 1970, immigrants are most likely to come from Africa, Korea, Asia, or Germany, and that's why we said the Chinese is the most common language after English and the French. So why? Because most of the immigrants who coming after from since 1970 are coming from where? From Asia. So this right answer should be option C, Asia. Okay, so you have to connect the information together. So the most common language after English and the French at homes are Chinese, because the most people coming to Canada in the recent years are also coming from Asia and mainly from China. Okay. Okay. Next question will be, according to Canadian law, the marriage of gay and lesbian with each other is not allowed. Option A. Option B, allowed. Option C, allowed in some conditions. Option D, none of these of the above. So we know that Canada support the marriage of like gays or lesbians. So option B will be the right answer. Option B, allowed. Okay. So the next question will be, the great majority of Canadians identify themselves as, so the most common religion in Canada is assist Muslims, Hindus, or Christians. For sure, the right answer would be, we know that most of the Canadians are Catholic Christians, so the right answer will be D, Christians. Okay, this was the last question for chapter 2. So we are done for today, and next time we're going to consider chapter 3, which is the history part, which will be more more questions about the history part because it's a big chapter. So see you next time, and have a good day. Bye bye.